Hello, I'm Zach Runkle, and this channel is where I like to post what you could say are video experiments, usually fun projects I do in my free time or with my friends on a weekend. But sometimes I make videos that don't really belong on this channel, like class projects or ideas that didn't quite turn out the way I wanted them to. So at the end of the year, I like to put them all together and discuss them in one big video. This year, I'm proud to present Nuclear Dreams and Deleted Scenes. In the spring, I took a course in typography, and our teacher always made a point of giving our projects a real-world application or implication, usually by way of doing research and writing an essay. Our third project in the class was to make a PSA bringing attention to a social or ethical issue. Nuclear energy was on my mind at the time. I was having a lot of discussions with my friends about it, and so I made my PSA bringing attention to nuclear energy as an alternative to coal. The problem with coal being its environmental impact and our reliance on it. I made the video in stop motion, first mocking it up in PowerPoint and getting the timings right, and then using the PowerPoint itself as a template, printing that out and cutting out all my words and graphics. Then I animated everything, putting everything over a whiteboard, a makeshift rig, put everything together, and then put that animation in After Effects to touch up the colors, crush everything together, make everything look nice and neat, smooth out all the rough edges. And here's how it turned out. Our final in typography was to make a campaign involving type in the environment, and that meant making the word in real life, in the real world, and confronting people with it, either passively by incorporating it in a video and sharing it online, or showing the word to people in person and taking a survey of, oh, how does this word make you feel? Or making people think in general, bringing ideas up to people's attention. The catch was that the words we got were randomly generated. So the word I got was cook. And so I made the word cook out of PVC pipe. And the campaign I did was a video where I stuffed the letters with ingredients and pretended to cook a meal on camera. And I gave a speech relating everyday life to preparing a meal. A lot of things learned, a lot of problems with the video. It was the first time I pre-recorded my lines and lip-synced while I was acting. So a lot of time spent on the video was getting the timings right and making sure I could lip-sync accurately while still preparing my meal, so to speak, and setting out the props and arranging them the way I like before time ran out. I only had a very narrow window of time I could work in, so with all that time spent rehearsing, there was only a little bit of time actually recording the video, so what I had in the end, what I turned in, was just what was good enough. But even though the video itself had a lot of problems, both in production and in execution, I still came out with something I'm proud of, and I still learned a lot that I can use in all my videos in the future. So, without further ado, this is Cooking Your Life. There's a lot to consider whenever you cook, whether it's a dinner party for 6 or a simple cup of ramen noodles. For example, proper handling of your food and utensils to keep you and your guests safe, or using a variety of ingredients to make healthy and nutritious meals,
Embracing diversity in dishes and recipes can keep mealtime from becoming a bland, boring routine. And most importantly, budgeting your resources so you have the time and ingredients to cook in the first place. But for most of us, cooking is just a small part of our everyday life. Let's broaden our scope and consider this. Understanding safety in your home and workplace to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Or enjoying a variety of hobbies to make for a healthy mind and spirit. Embracing diversity in your friends and relationships keeps everyday life from becoming a bland, dull routine. And of course, budgeting your resources so you have the time and money to do what you need and what you want. It's your life. How are you cooking it?
I had a lot of ideas for projects this year, but they didn't work out just because I didn't have the time to work on them. I couldn't coordinate them. So what I usually do is put them on the shelf and hope to look back on them someday and revisit it. But this year also had quite a few memes I wanted to get on board, had my contributions to the pile, so to speak. So in January, I wanted to make a video for this channel with a very prominent meme. And to justify it to myself, I combined a couple other old ideas I had, namely one where me and my friends were going camping, and another animated video with caricatures of myself, my friends, and our characters going on adventures. And so my friends gave their blessing, and they were happy to lend their voices. And at the end of the summer, I started working on the art assets. I got myself a temporary job over the summer, part-time, but I was still able to chug work on the artwork. And at the end of the summer, by the time school rolled around, I had the full first act done, aside from needing a minor facelift to everything, polish up the artwork. But as soon as school started, I was stuck between 4 classes that demanded my full time and attention, and a part-time job that required full flexibility, which gave no guarantee of downtime to sit down and work on my own projects, school or otherwise. So eventually, my summer contract expired, but so did my interest in the video itself. It referenced a meme that was already dead when I started working on the project, so it'd definitely be dead by the time I finished, which I expected to be in January or February. So, with the guarantee of no hard feelings from the friends involved, I quietly killed the project. But now, here you get to see it. I never made a storyboard for the video, so the first act is completely done. I could use a few tweaks to it, but other than that, all the art assets were made, it was finished. But I never made a storyboard, so for this presentation, I made a few of my own drawings, a few sketches, just real quick, to approximate what the final video might have looked like if I kept working on it. Hope you enjoy.
Is that Mario Iliad?
Mario Odyssey.
Close enough. What's it about?
Well, you go around the world possessing enemies with your magic hat.
Ah. Speaking of which, isn't that Zach's hat?
Yeah, I've been playing Odyssey, and I was thinking of it. Zach goes around getting all these people to hold his hat, so I bet it must be magical.
You want to see if you can possess people, is that right?
Well,
I don't really want to know.
I was gonna throw it and see what happened.
We're coming up on the campsite. Have you called him yet?
I'm about to do that right now. Hello, Zach? Yes, we're almost there now. Where? Campsite B. Yes, B. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, he'll be there in a few minutes.
Here we are now. You starting the fire yet?
I'm trying. Isn't Zach supposed to be here?
I'm sure he'll be along. Where's that fire?
Well, Sora, I made it, as per your directions.
Ah, Zach, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable dinner.
Yeah.
Egads!
No, your roast is ruined.
But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own?
Yeah, that'll fool him.
Yes, delightfully devilish, Sora. Oh, Zach. I was just stretching my calves on the truck here. Isometric exercise. Care to join?
Why is there smoke coming from your oven, Sora?
It's a campfire.
Oh, that's not smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams.
That was real smooth.
Well, Zach, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
Oh, no. I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
Oh, thank goodness. Wait, you call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes, it's a regional dialect.
What region?
Ohio.
Really? Well, I'm from Dayton, and I've never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
No, not from Dayton, no. It's a Springfield expression.
I see. You know, these hamburgers are quite similar to the ones they have at that restaurant down the road.
Oh, no. Patented Sora burgers. Old family recipe.
For steamed hams.
Yes.
Yeah, and you call them steamed hams, despite the fact that they're obviously grilled.
Well, you see, the one thing I should... You see... Excuse me for 1 second.
Of course.
Well, that was wonderful. A good time was had by all, and I'm pooped.
Yeah, I should be... What?
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis? At this time of year? At this time of day? In this part of the country? Localized entirely within your campsite?
Yes.
Can I see?
No.
Well, Sora, you are an odd fellow, but I must say, you steam a good ham.
They seem cheerful.
What the hell were you doing with those fireworks?
I saved your ass, didn't I?
I had the situation under control.
Oh, yeah. Steamed hams sure fooled him. I see you've got the hat. What are you going to do? Throw it at someone?
I figure it's worth a shot.
If you're looking for a girlfriend, you could throw the hat at me.
I don't think this hat possesses people. It's just a video game. And I can get a date on my own.
Sure.
Aha!
You're sick. You know that?
What the hell? That's my hat. So this your hat? See how you like this?
Well, the hat does have magic power. It causes chaos.
That's for damn sure.
Ugh.
And now it's my turn to hold the hat. I believe we've all learned an important lesson today. And that lesson is...
Give me that. I'm still hoping to revisit the idea of an animated adventure with me and my friends and our characters in the near future. Steamed hams didn't really work out. It wasn't really the best idea for that. But I was still able to get on board a couple other memes from this year. Late in September, Bowsette hit the internet, and I was eager to get on board that bandwagon. Had a quiet weekend and was able to draw this. And got it made into stickers too. But I think the most charming meme of 2018 came early in September, Bongo Cat. And if you don't know, it's a picture of a cat playing the bongos and people remix it to music. So I did the only thing I could think of. So here's my contribution to Bongo Cat.
I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead planet. Buried alive, buried alive. Come! Come!
The original Shirtless Steve video was really sloppy and loose, It was something I made at the last minute for Halloween, but it was okay for what it was, just a silly Halloween video. But I wanted my follow-up to the Shirtless Steve videos to be a lot more polished. I wanted to give the Christmas special a framing device where I was telling the story at a Christmas literary rally, and I would have gotten thrown out by the librarian for telling what she would say was the worst story she ever heard before giving a rotisserie chicken for Christmas. It would have worked out. I did find a location to film at, but ultimately it went down to finding a time. I wasn't able to find a time until after fall finals, when everyone else would have been able to figure out their schedules. And so I picked a date at the last minute, and I found out at the very last minute that they were using that date, they were using the facilities for graduation. So I wasn't able to re-coordinate, reschedule, a reshoot. So I ended up cutting all the framing device, the library scenes out of the video. But I think the video turned out a lot better for it. It just runs a lot smoother, a lot quicker. The other thing I wanted to polish up the video with was art. My style, back when I started the project, was something I was very uncomfortable with. I was very uncomfortable drawing, and I was still learning how to draw. So I reached out to my friend Coffee, who does really sick Earthbound fan art and character art. And so she offered to do the artwork for free, which sounded like too good a deal to be true. And it turned out to be. She did artwork for the first couple scenes of the video before she had to back out because school caught up with her and she had to focus on her own projects. I was disappointed I wasn't able to use Coffee's artwork for the whole video, but I did learn a lot on my own, doing the rest of the drawings and developing my own style and getting comfortable with drawing. And I even learned how to incorporate her style into my own. So without further ado, I'm glad to present Shirtless Steve with the original Coffee artwork.
You've heard of Frosty and Santa and Rudolph and all those Christmas heroes. Now, this is the story of a new hero and how he saved Christmas. He was the star of his own gruesome tale, where he was scared to death by a haunted rotisserie chicken. He woke up in hell and met the devil, who said,
"I'm afraid your soul is trapped here in hell. However, if you can make your way to the rings of hell and fight the monsters within, and become a champion, then I shall let you return to Earth as a ghost."
So he went on, fighting monsters and foes, and earning the nickname of Shirtless Steve for the fact that his shirt was ripped off during his adventures. He escaped to Earth and continued to fight as a boxing champion, but the other ghosts cast him out. Ghosts are meant to scare people.
And finally, here's a video I made in 2014 that I can only describe as special. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next year.